So what's up guys, I'm going to try to review more games that I think you guys would be interested in. The first game I'm going to try to review is Shrek Extra Large, released on the GameCube. So this game was originally released for the Xbox and was shown off as a tech demo for the original Xbox. It was actually a launch title and by Microsoft. Well, it was ported to the GameCube around a year later and it was called Extra Large for some reason. So Shrek Extra Large takes place after Shrek 1. Now Shrek 1 I'm not going to talk about. It's a great movie, but the internet destroyed it. So Shrek Extra Large takes place after the movie. Shrek is happy with Fiona when she gets kidnapped by a wizard named Merlin, or the Ice Queen, or something. And Shrek has to go get her back by doing menial tasks, to say the least. The story is really kind of stupid. I mean, this kind of thing would never happen in a Shrek movie, and the whole thing is just a bogus way, and the story progression is just awful. Like, nothing happens. Shrek beats Merlin in the end. The story just kind of sucks and should be just totally ignored. Now, Shrek Extra Large, the game, came out in a time I like to call the licensed platformer age, where a bunch of popular franchises had 3D platformers like SpongeBob, Tarzan, and Shrek. So Shrek Extra Large is a 3D platformer that basically tries to be Mario 64. You go into these open levels, similar to Banjo-Kazooie, and you get these tasks. There are 7 tasks per level. 2 of them just require you to find a couple things, and they're not necessary at all. But 5 of those tasks are required. These tasks are very simple and not really varied at all. Like helping Little Red Riding Hood find her basket, or helping Hansel and Gretel get to their house. Simple stuff like that. These tasks are pretty simple and never get really complicated at all. So to do these tasks, Shrek has a couple things he can do. He can run around, he can jump, he can wall jump, he can punch, and kick, and charge. Lastly, Shrek can fart that does really nothing, and when he gets a chili pepper, he breathes fire, which can be used with the fart to like super jump. And really, that's it for the gameplay. Do some tasks, run around as Shrek, and I guess that was the appeal to the game, and you fight some crummy boss. So let me talk about the graphics. So the graphics in this game are kind of questionable. The textures actually look kind of decent. Like, they aren't totally horrible from a distance. The textures and shapes of the objects aren't garbage. Shrek was actually one of the first games to use deferred shading before popularized by Stalker in GTA 4, and now like almost every game uses it. It was one of the first games to ever actually use it. In that aspect, the game looks pretty good for the GameCube when it came out, and it definitely shits, like the Xbox version shits on games like Halo 1 when it came out. The shadows, though, look really good, actually. That's the best part of the game, is the shadows. They all look really good. The sound effects are passable, and that's about it. They pass, and yeah. The music really is just music. It's a bit generic. It's not terrible, but it's not really good. I mean, the map music's okay, but yeah. It's a bit Shrek-like. And lastly, the quality was decent. Okay, now this has been very short. This has been like 3 minutes or something, but that's because I have very few things that are good to say about this game. This game is complete crap. I mean, I saw IGN's low review score and I thought nothing of it because SpongeBob games have low review scores from them and I think those games are good. Well, this game though is garbage. Where do I begin? Running around in the game, it looks okay, but up close, this game looks horrible. Like, it's complete shit. Now, the worst of the graphics, the absolute worst of the graphics, is the character models and Shrek himself. My god. Shrek, just what the fuck is this shit? Shrek looks like a girl. His face is horrible. Everything about Shrek looks horrible. Even a PlayStation 1 game could have had better Shrek facial animations. The frame rate is equally just as bad, dropping all the damn time. Like, just running around the first level, it was no, not even the first level, the swamp. It was dropping. I mean, it's just terrible. Maybe on the Xbox version it wasn't there, but it drops constantly. And the game, seriously, up close, everything goes from okay when you're running around to just shit when you're up close. I mean, everything just looks terrible when you're up close. The voice acting is unsurprisingly abysmal. Shrek doesn't even talk, just makes grunts and stuff. The narrator is this girl that is like, kind of like she's like one of those little kid girl storyteller things, but it just doesn't really work out at all because it really doesn't even make sense why she's there. I mean, the other people in the game, their voice acting is just as abysmal, but why is she even here? Now, as for the gameplay, I got a lot of problems with this game. First is the control. The controls are incredibly unresponsive. Like Shrek, he seems to be moving a bit by himself. Like he always kind of veers to the left, like a car without a tire rotation or something. The combat, if you want to call it that, is this horrid, like running around, punching and kicking, and fuck it. Now, the objectives in the gameplay all together is an extremely bland, generic, boring mess of donkey rectum. Speaking of donkey, he's not even in the game, but he's on the cover of the game. Like apparently Eddie Murphy couldn't be in the game or something, and he's not in it, but he's on the cover of the game. What the hell? The objectives are just so uninspiring on all levels. The game is like the opposite of fun. Literally all the areas are incredibly generic, uninspiring, and I got really bored, more than I was pissed off at it. Combine this with all the other problems I had, and you have a recipe for disaster. Onion did not have layer here. Like literally there's just really nothing good here with this game. Like nothing. I'm gonna be totally honest, I actually only got like 50% through this game. I didn't even beat it. Like, there's the 2 side missions in every level, but fuck it. I mean, I got like halfway through in terms of locations. Now, I've seen online, like I looked it up because I felt so bad for not finishing it. This game really doesn't change at all. I mean, Shrek gets like knight armor or something, and that's it. Like, why? Like, at the halfway point, I was just like, this game, it sucks. I hate this game. And you know what? I wondered why am I forcing myself to play this? Like, it's a cluster. Then, once I got to this level, this clusterfuck of a level, I just said I'm done. And I stopped playing it, and I'm never going to play it again. I mean, that's where I'm leaving off with this review. Shrek Extra Large is a piece of shit that nobody should ever play. I don't know why I honestly even bothered to play it. Maybe I thought IGN would have been wrong, but nope. They were right. Shrek Extra Large sucks. Go play a better Shrek game, and I'm going to review another Shrek game that's much better in the next review. See you there.